Working? Okay, let's see. All right, I think it's recording. Just hear me singing there. Hi, everyone. It's Katie here. I'm just doing a quick live to share a few things with you guys and most importantly, to ask for some help right now. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Katie Rain. For the last 4 years of my life, I've been traveling nonstop, basically all around the world. And my mission here is to resurrect advanced ancestral technologies in the eighth dimension in this incarnation. So, what we're doing right now is all of the groundwork. I've been kind of doing it behind the scenes and just putting my head down and focusing on what the Galactics creator higher power is guiding me to do and piecing everything together as my memory field opens up more and more to what I'm to do here. So we've been opening up really, really massive systems. I work with thousands and thousands and thousands of different galactics from all around. And I've documented everything, everything I've done. I literally have tens of thousands of videos and photos of the UFOs, and I'm going to show you guys some tonight. But I haven't published really any of it because, like I said, I really like to just put my head down and focus on being present and doing the work on the ground versus being on technology and the computer and the internet and all that stuff where all the Archon systems are. So I know I got to get the information out, so I'm trying my best to do that. But my priority is to do the physical work. But at the same time, in the last 4 years, I've been funding all of this out of my own pocket. And I got to a point where that's not sustainable for me anymore. And I realized I really shouldn't be doing that because I'm not doing any of this for myself. It's literally creator working through me. I'm just a vessel to allow these higher energies to work through me. I don't live this life for me. I'm doing this on behalf of humanity and the beings, all the collective beings on this planet, so we can liberate and come into sovereignty. So, and the reason I can do this work is because my physical body can act as a portal. So, like, basically a portal in motion. So I can move anywhere geographically. And through my tether to the ship in the eighth dimension, I can be a frequency bridge to higher dimensional beings that either got pushed out or they got trapped here. So we go in and we open up the field so they can go back to the eighth dimension for healing and then they can come back down. So I work with massive plasma fields of higher dimensional conscious beings of all different sorts. Syrians, Arcturians, Andromedans, the elephants, the sharks, Nanaua, the octopus beings, the mantis beings. I can go on and on, the dragons, and everything's sequential. So they guide me to an area. Like right now, we've been focusing on the North American systems that connect over to Africa and Europe. So most of my work's been in America for the past year, and I just looked at my car kilometers. I just got my car 2 years ago, and the car is already at like I bought it at 90,000 kilometers, and it's already at 160,000 kilometers. So I basically clocked what is that, 80,000 kilometers in 2 years, which is like, I think that's like 50,000 miles. So I've crossed America multiple times. I crossed Canada just to get this work done. So it's been really not that easy. And it's a lot for one person to handle on her own. Like I do have a team I work with, like in terms of psychic women, intuitive women who help me bring in the information and piece everything together. But um, as we map everything out. Basically, we're returning to the blueprint of this creation. So all of my work is lining everything up and how all the different systems connect. And so, yeah, but in terms of the movement and the travel, I'm mostly by myself doing this work. Um, because unfortunately, my as amazing as my team is, they're not financially blessed right now and have the freedom to come with me, even though they would love to. And for myself, I've gotten to the point where I need to really reach out to humanity to help me right now. I had like I've had I'm gonna be bringing in two children in this incarnation, and I've been telepathically speaking to them already. They're coming from the eighth dimension. They're coming through my ship technology, so they'll be the first to access this ancient birthing gate that we're reopening. And so, my daughter came to me and told me telepathically, she's like, "Mom, um, you have everyone helping you except for your own kind, so allow your own kind to help you." And I realized like I'm just stubborn and I kind of just been putting my head down and spending my own money to get this stuff done. And realized that's not sustainable. So I'm putting a shout out to everyone on my channel who feels the energy through the quantum to if you feel a resonance to this, because I know like the Galactics can't cut me a paycheck. I know that. And the work needs to get done. Like that's the most important thing. And right now I have a mission coming up that's probably it will be the most important thing I do to date. And it's huge, guys. I can't go into exactly what I'm doing, but after I complete the trip, I can share it with you. But like in terms of for protecting and safety and stuff, like I don't put that out publicly where I'm to go. So, but this is going to radically shift the consciousness of humanity, what I'm doing. And the only thing that's stopping me right now are the financial aspects. So, I'm reaching out to everyone. If you feel a resonance in your heart, like a psychic hit, if the galactics are tapping you on the shoulder to help me out, please listen to that and send me an email. My email's up on the top there. It's Katie Rain, Raine 33 at proton.me. And please reach out because I can't do this on my own, guys. And I know a lot of you don't exactly know what I'm doing, but you will soon find out. And um, just know that whoever steps up to help will be rewarded at least tenfold by the creator because you're doing the creator's work when you're listening to your heart and you're stepping up to help move this ship with the work I'm doing. So I know there are envoy starseeds that were sent down here specifically called to help me in this area. And as soon as I was tuning into like whether I should like put a call out for help, the lights in my room like a week ago started flickering for 20 seconds. So I know this is what I'm supposed to do, and I just need to get out of my own way and ask for help from you guys. If you've been blessed financially, to please reach out to help me get this work done. And you will be connected to the energy systems that we're working with. We are opening the organic time travel systems, which is how we basically time travel in this physical body again and open up our avatars. So you will literally have a chance to access these systems because you'll be energetically connected to me and what we're doing. So I'm gonna show you guys. If you feel a resonance, please send me an email. I'm gonna go into some of the footage now and show you guys a little bit of what I've been doing. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. And if any of you know of any ways, if you can help me monetize my work, even though I don't even want to monetize my work, because I see it as the creator's work, and I think that it really shouldn't be monetized, but obviously I got to get this groundwork done. So, and that we're still in this system. So, uh, yeah, if any of you guys have suggestions on how I can monetize things moving forward, please let me know. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen here, and I'm sorry for getting emotional. This has been really like tough for me to ask and put myself out there in a vulnerable way, but I know it's necessary to move this thing forward. So, all right, let's see here. Okay, share. All right, so hopefully you guys can see this here. Um, all right, so this is just, I'm just gonna tell you where some places I've been. So this footage is from Montreal, Quebec. Montreal means the Royal Mountain, and it's connected to a very big bell system. So we have these organic bells that are kind of like cracks in the dome. So we're reconnecting this bell system, and there's certain locations that we marked in the past by specific markers. So I'll go into that a little bit later in more of my talks, but I just want to show you guys what the energies kind of look like when we reconnect these systems. And it's like, again, we're shifting massive, massive systems. All the way across. And I'm going to show you guys some more things here. Okay, so this was a trip we did to the Spanish Peaks. And basically, the Spanish Peaks in Colorado, it was where this bird tribe got pushed out to. That it's a golden bird tribe. Their planet got blown up. It was in the position of the moon prior, and they got pushed out to the Spanish Peaks. So you can look at the Spanish Peaks in Colorado as the real temple of Ra. And so they got me to come here to open up this plasma system with the birds so they can move out to the eighth dimension and come back down to assist us. So I'll show you some of this here. So what they'll normally do, they will telepathically communicate with me and they'll just be like, Katie, start shooting. And like they'll communicate with me and they'll tell me where to start shooting. And then I can document everything. So here he is coming down. If you guys are on your phone, you might want to go watch this on the computer because it may be a little hard to see from your phone. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. So he's right here. So he's coming down. And that was just another one that flew across the screen. So there he is. He's right here. And he's showing me the gold frequency opening up in the mountains in the top left corner here. So that was the system that we opened up. And then let me go back out. I'm gonna rewind that for you guys to show you. So if you look up to the top left corner, you'll see the spiral of gold frequency start to open there. And then he goes right here. And that's a pretty, like I was really at a distance, so that is a pretty huge. I'll do a video in the future of every single mission trip I've done and explain it in detail for you guys so you can understand more of how everything's interconnected. All right. So on to the next one. Okay, this was in Nova Scotia, in Canada. And I asked these guys if they could like, photobomb the tanker that was coming out here. Hopefully it's not too blurry, when I stream this, but you guys can see it here. Let me just zoom out. So you see one guy on the top right corner coming in, and here he goes, right above, and they kind of skip over the ship there. They are super fast, so it's hard to catch them with your eye. So that's one. This was in Panama about a year ago. We were working on a system there. And this is actually a pyramid that's underneath Greece. So you'll see him coming up over the top. All right. Here he is. Whoop. There he is. Right there. You guys, I spend more time with the Galactics than I do with humans, no joke. There's so many of them that I work with. Um, okay, let's continue on. All right, so this was in Catalina Island. We were opening up the waters on the west side of it, and this is where they have a lot of the dumb areas and the reptilian base, and they did a lot of dark things underneath there, and it's still somewhat hijacked, but we were opening up the waters there to bring back the undistorted sound frequencies. So you can see some of the beings here. Zoom in. So these were the aqua beings I was working with. They're from the water kingdoms. Let's see if I can slow this down. All right, here he is. There's one guy there coming across. There's a clearer one. I think it was at 12 seconds and then another one at 22. Yeah, there's one guy right there. There's one that came right in front of me too. See right here in the top right corner? That was an octopus being. See if I can zoom. Yeah, so top right, you can see him. There he goes. See him go across the top. Right there. Yeah. That one's pretty clear. There he is. All right. This was in Nanaimo, Vancouver Island. So Vancouver Island's basically like one hollowed out, like the whole island's hollowed out and there's domes all underneath. And it was originally a chain of islands. And what the Arcturians did, to protect the energy system there, because it's heavily connected to the ant people, they have this technology where they can put like a holographic bubble to like preserve the sound frequency. So they kind of envelope it for a temporary time period, and then when it's ready and there's enough of the dark hijack systems that are cleared, then they can reopen it up. So we were working with the Arcturians for this trip, and what they were doing, they were monitoring and data collecting. So you'll see one of the ships doing in this video. There he is. Okay, so you'll see her right here, on the top right, this kind of white orb. The Arcturians are always kind of like this crystalline blue, white. And there was another, that was an Andromedan that dipped across there.
What is
I love them so much, guys. I always get really giddy. There. So she's kind of, yeah, she's in this plasma field here and just data collecting. So she's kind of just doing her thing. All right, on to the next. All right, I'll show you guys some pictures now. But that I got like so that's just a little sliver of what I have, guys. So this was a trip that we did to Sandpoint, Idaho. So under Sandpoint, they do the nuclear submarine training for the dumbs. And so they do also mine for radioactive materials underneath there, and they have children that do it. And the scientists down there are basically mind-controlled Arcturian super soldiers. And so I was working with the elephants this trip, and yes, there are higher dimensional elephants that are extremely intelligent that have technology. And so what they do is they blow their sound to open up systems, especially when it's so heavily clocked and um, suppressed. So they will literally blow sound down and crack open these systems. So this is one of their ships. It's one of their technologies here that I captured. I got a video of this too, but I'll show that at a later date. All right, let's see what else I got here. I think I got a little bit few more that I want to show you guys. Let me see if I can find. Oh, this is a selfie of me with Tristan. This is my Andromedan, one of my Andromedan friends. He's like that. I had another video of him shape-shifting into a bird, but he's really gifted at shape-shifting and he shows up quite often. So this is him in his little organic starship to the right of me. That was on Vancouver Island. Let's see what else I got here. Okay, so this is another shot of the elephant space technology. So that's ship technology of theirs. I work with them quite a lot, actually. The elephants help us out massively, and they are very, very intelligent. So this is an Arcturian. I don't know if you guys can see this that well, but we were in the Azores for this trip, and we were opening up a big water gate there connected to one of the water kingdoms. And so the Arcturians came in to assist with that. And this lady here, she's got kind of like a cone head. You can kind of see it in the middle I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, but she's pregnant. You can see her breast and her belly. So what they'll often do, they'll send a pregnant Arcturian, if it's a heavily weaponized field that has still a lot of hijacking, the pregnant women have the most open portal systems. And because they're carrying a soul from a higher dimension, so it's actually a lot safer for them to go in and test the water portals. So they send in a pregnant woman to do it. So she showed up and photobombed my picture, but hopefully you guys can see that. Let me know if you can see it in the comments or not, so I'll know if I need to like brighten it up or anything like that for the future. But I'll do another whole show on like the Azores trip specifically because we covered a lot of ground there and that location is very important. All right. Oops. All right, I'll just show you guys a little bit more. I'll do more shows to show. Yeah, I think that's probably enough for today. But so the time travel system that we're opening, this is one of the areas, and I'm not going to disclose where that is. I'm going to keep that until we fully open things up. We have to kind of keep that to ourselves. But yeah, it's actually their conscious portal. So these beings are kind of like these pink jellyfish Andromedan beings, and they have multiple access points around the world. And the upcoming mission that I'm doing that I'm requiring you guys help with to make happen, it's largely connected to this. And it's going to, once I reconnect this system, it's going to drastically shift the consciousness of humanity. And a lot of our cedar races will start getting their memory field back and we'll be able to unhook from some of these AI distorted mind control programs as well. So it's huge, guys. So anyone who steps up and helps me with this, just know the creator's gonna bless you a hundredfold, because what we're doing is intergalactic history in the making, okay? And it's massive. So the sooner I get this done, the better for everyone. And so this is, yeah, I wanted to just show you guys this, what it looks like. That's the frequency of it. And yeah. All right. I will I guess I just wanted to do a quick show, but I'm gonna do more, guys. But yeah, again, like the groundwork's my priority right now. And if anyone feels the call to help in any way or any form, please reach out to me. Send me an email at katierain33@proton.me. I'll write it also down below so you can just copy paste it. And yeah, if there's anything you can do to help, please let me know. Right now, we're just seeking financial assistance for those who can. And that's the only thing that's really stopping this from moving forward. And you'll be a big part of something extremely important and yeah, massive. It's really, yeah. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. And yeah, please reach out and I will start producing a little more work. But again, like it the the technology is kind of I like just putting my head down and doing the groundwork and then I'll film it. But it's like in terms of producing it and learning all these different video production software. It's not like my forte, and I don't really have a whole lot of time for it because the groundwork takes up all my time. I'm literally traveling nonstop, and you guys, like again, I've been funding all of this out of my own pocket since 4 years now, and it's like it hasn't been, as you guys know, when you're on the road, it's hard to find the foods that you need to eat to sustain your system. And when these beings run these high amounts of frequency energies through me, because they literally use me as a gate, so they're physically coming through me and connecting to the waters in and out. So it takes a lot of energy physically for me, and I do need to sustain myself. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of traveling, and oftentimes I'm sleeping in my car. Like it's not that fun. But yeah, if you guys feel the urge to help, if you feel someone tapping on your shoulder or you feel the frequency resonance of what this is, even though if you don't understand it, but there's something that's telling you, like, I gotta help her, please, please reach out. And your help would be so, so, so greatly appreciated. Not only by me, but by the creator and by these many, many beings that are assisting us right now. Yeah, so we have to get this work done, and we will. It's just a matter of time, and you will have an opportunity to be part of something very, very massive and access to the time travel system in this incarnation. So, which is basically like your age regresses, you stop aging, you can access the eighth dimension eventually. So it's like you open up your avatar to what our true potential is, because aging is an illusion. We're meant to live for like 600, 800 years at least. So anyone I spend time around, they literally start to look younger because my portal system, my womb is attached to my ship in the eighth dimension and brings in it's a supportive field. So I'll do more shows in the future explaining how exactly that works. But yeah, if thank you guys so much. All right, have a wonderful night.